Welcome back to my channel, Coaching Minimalism. I'm Ashley, and this is our second meal plan of the year. So let's go over our meal plan list. So from the produce section, we're going to get a bag of potatoes. Get whatever kind of potatoes you prefer for baking potatoes. I have romaine lettuce because we are going to make a salad this week. But of course, get whatever lettuce or salad mix that you prefer. Some grocery stores may even have some on sale. Bananas. I try to find some that aren't so green because ultimately we want these bananas a bit ripe for whenever we want to have them with breakfast or as a snack throughout the day, bake with them, or even freeze them for our smoothies. Avocados are optional this week, but a really cool way to preserve them is to use half of the avocado if that's what you prefer. Keep the pit and the other half, cover it back up with the skin of the avocado, and it shouldn't get so brown. This week from the dairy section, we only have a couple of items to grab: Greek yogurt and cheese. That is, of course, you don't have any left over from last week's meal prep. I know that I'm guilty of this, but as a rule of thumb, I always try to check my cabinets and my fridge before shopping to avoid buying items that I already have. So last week I didn't actually buy cheese, which was optional for that meal prep. I did get Greek yogurt, but I will get some more this week because we kind of go through Greek yogurt a lot. It's a very versatile grocery item. So for protein, I have chicken. I may purchase the rotisserie chicken. I have in the past purchased the pre-cooked chicken that you'll see with some of those like side dishes, like the mashed potatoes you just have to warm up in the microwave, that area. But we will also have some plant-based protein as well, like our Greek yogurt, quinoa, and chickpeas. From the aisles this week, let's pick up some quinoa, a can of chickpeas, barbecue sauce, salsa, and frozen broccoli. Now, quinoa and chickpeas serve as amazing plant-based proteins, but interesting enough about quinoa, it actually provides about 8 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, and is a complete protein. That means that it contains all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies cannot make on their own. However, sometimes quinoa can cost a lot, so you can always use brown rice, which was part of last week's meal prep. So definitely use that if you still have some left over. I prefer canned chickpeas to bagged chickpeas because they're quicker to cook. Also, for salsa, I gravitate towards the fresh salsa, but purchase whichever salsa is your favorite. Alright, so now that we've reviewed our different items that we're going to need for this week's meal plan, let's get into what we're actually going to make, starting with breakfast. This week, we're going to make banana muffins from scratch and serve them up with yogurt and fresh fruit. I will actually create a video showing my quick bread banana muffin recipe. I've been making this recipe for so many years that I feel like I had to take a break from it for a while. So now I'm back to making it again. I like to actually top my banana muffins with a little bit of the yogurt instead of butter. And then the fresh fruit, we still have lots of oranges left over from last week's purchase. The cool thing about oranges is that they can store on your countertop for about 1 to 2 weeks and in your fridge for about 1 to 2 months. You can also use some of your bananas as well. So for lunch, we're going to create a salad bowl. So in the salad bowl, we're going to have the romaine lettuce, some of the quinoa, or you may use your brown rice. We're going to top it with some chicken, cheese, salsa. You can even use some of the Greek yogurt in place of like a sour cream. To have another option this week, I'm also going to do a plant-based salad bowl where I'm going to serve it up with some of these barbecue chickpeas and top it with some avocado along with the quinoa and the romaine lettuce. I may still add some of that salsa, but for the chicken and cheese, I may have that for a couple of days, and then I may do the barbecue chickpeas for a couple of days. I will definitely post a video of me making the barbecue chickpeas so that you can have that recipe, because I have been making that for many years as well. Fun fact about me, I actually was vegetarian for 9 years. So when you hear some of these meal plan videos, I keep that in mind for those of you who may be plant-based or just enjoy it as a lighter option to some of the meat and dairy products. So finally, let's go over dinner for this week. So you cannot go wrong with a baked potato bar or a baked sweet potato. I believe that this type of meal is so easy to prepare, and it can appeal to different dietary preferences in the home. So for this week, we're going to top our baked potato with some cheese, some broccoli, chicken. We may even use some of the yogurt in place of sour cream. So maybe instead of chicken, one night I might use the barbecue chickpeas. It just depends, I guess, on if I had the chicken for lunch, then I probably will use the barbecue chickpeas dinner and vice versa. So what's really cool about baked potatoes is if you are really trying to streamline your meal prep time, you can actually put your baked potatoes in a crock pot if you have one. So just make sure you wash the potatoes, scrub them really well, coat them in a little bit of oil. I use grapeseed oil. Maybe put a little bit of salt on the outside of the potato, cover them in aluminum foil. Now in the crock pot, they can cook for about 4 to 5 hours on high or 8 to 10 hours on low. So that's perfect for, being at work. They could be nice and ready for you when you get off, or of course, if you're sleeping, it'll be ready to turn off in the morning. Or if you want to use the oven, bake at 400, or this is what I do, bake at 400 between 45 minutes to an hour. I usually like to check them at 45 minutes depending on the size of your potato, but sometimes they're not quite ready at 45 minutes. But usually after an hour or so, they as long as you can kind of get like a knife or a fork or something through it and it's no longer hard in the center, then they are pretty much done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this week's meal plan is helpful for you so that you don't even have to think about what you're cooking this week. Also, feel free to leave comments below if you have any meal plan ideas that you would like to share. If this video was helpful, feel free to share it with others and subscribe or like it. Thank you again for watching Coaching Minimalism, and I'm Ashley. Until next time.